should cell phones be banned from classrooms? Because, Kurt, you know there are a number of states that have outlawed and essentially said, don't take them into the room because they just are not good for your kid. If you want your kid to study in school, don't give them a phone.
Pew Research says 70% of high school teachers will tell you that cell phones are a major problem and a huge distraction. Well, no duh. I mean, this is like my nieces, by the way, are much younger, went off to camp over the summer. While they're at camp, they had their phones taken away. Guess what? They loved it. They didn't have the pressure of having to post their every 5 minutes of mundane garbage that is, in essence, an expression of who they are, and if they don't do it, they become invisible.
Right.
It's a magnificent idea, and it should be, by the way. I don't know who gave this a green light to begin with. Why should you have a phone in the classroom? Why should you, oh, well, let me bring in my clock radio.
Right.
Let me bring in a drum. It's absurd. Phones belong out of the classroom. You know, Yonder bags are great. This is a great program.
Right.
The kid puts a phone in the bag, they shut it, they go in the classroom, you're not using your phone. When you leave the classroom, you tap a little thing on the outside of the door, and bam, it unlocks it, you get your phone, you're back in business. It's a good way to balance it out, but right now, this is not a good thing to have phones in the classroom, period.
Right, and we've been doing stories about how a lot of parents now are saying, you know what, flip phones before high school. And I've got my son, Peter Ducey's flip phone from back in the day. I'm going to sell this on eBay later today.
It's a trend. People are doing it. And by the way, we're tracking another story that we'll have online at foxnews.com as well as cyberguy.com, which is, third-party data that you give when kids are going back to school. They're third-party data. Schools collect data on our kids, and it's getting out there to a lot of sources. There's some steps you should be taking this morning to tone that down so you're not feeding the world with all your family's private junk, period.
Good idea. All right. Go to cyberguy.com, sign up for Kurt's newsletter, and everybody else, email us, friends@foxnews.com. Should kids have cell phones in class? All right. Kurt, thank you very much.